How y'all
Aha!
doing? Okay, welcome, welcome.
Welcome everyone. So I'm recording now. It's gonna be 1 minute to 7. Um, so we'll wait for a second. If you can you all hear me?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Even
Oh,
those
and Michael, this is Colorado and GM. They have an awesome region. We have to go over there
they
and check
do,
it out too.
they do. You can spend many
Hmm.
happy hours.
Yes.
Many happy hours. Okay. Usual situation. Try not to bombard me with questions all at once. So raise your hand. So it's been a month since we had our last beautiful questions. Um,
Hmm.
oh, mic's off. Yep, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Mute your mics. Jupiter Roland has arrived at the welcome area. Okay, right. Good. Okay, we may get some visitors from other grids and things. That's fine. We can deal with that. Um, yes. So it's January. Happy New Year, everybody. Um, and I'm just going to move up so I can do Jupiter anyway. Yes, I saw. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom out. I am recording this. That's me. I'm tiny. So it's lovely to have everybody here, and I'm sure more people will turn up as time goes on and they realise they're supposed to be at the community meeting. Um, so we've got quite a few slides to get through. There's been a lot of changes and things and additions and little programming changes, um, and some things you've probably even not even seen. So I'm gonna flip through them. So boring technical stuff, which we all love, don't we? Boring technical stuff. Okay, so the homepage has been redesigned. In case you didn't notice, um, we've got a new event system. That was for last month. I'll talk to that about that later. Destination guide. I'll talk about that side. Thanks, China. With new product marketplace, we've got a new security scanner feature in the control panel on the website. Blade servers. Just going to shortly. Oh yeah, okay, good. Blade servers. We're looking this year to. I've been talking to the data center about it, switching from the standard kind of servers we're using now over to these Blade servers where we just have a rack of servers and they all share resources and it's pretty cool stuff. Jupiter Roland, it's a real honour to see you. Thank you so much for coming. Because you're famous. Okay, anyway, moving switch on. Blade servers. So this year we will be looking to add Blade servers to the cluster. The grid will never go offline. Okay, Blade servers will be for the new servers that are coming online. We may move some services over there, but unlike other grids, when we add new servers, we don't actually have to take anything offline. Because what we do is we bring up the new service and then we switch it over. Like we have 30 robust servers running on 3 different servers, so that means that we can actually take 20 of them offline and the grid will still run if we wanted to move to new um, servers. So, something you want to might go and play with at the moment is still in development, but on the website, if you go to the map, okay, it's pretty sweet and it bounces around the map and you can click. It's got a destination guide on there. You can click on it, it'll take you to that place on the map, and then you can click on it to go to that place. It's still in development. There's a few bugs in it, but it's quite good fun. Um, Monitoring. The grid now monitors your regions, and you can see them in the control panel. So it says it'll say one of three things: online, offline, or online with like a question mark saying we've got to have a look at it because it doesn't look right. We've got this Argo routing was introduced this month. What that essentially means is some of the data that you've got. If let's say you're in the States, or let's say I don't know, let's pick somewhere far away. Let's say you're in Australia, okay, and when you get data from the grid, instead of going through the normal route of the internet, what happens is you connect to a local data center, which will then route you across the internet in a much more efficient fashion, line of avoiding. It's like GPS for the internet, if you like. So not everything on the grid works on it, but a lot of things do. We've got a new updated logo. I've got both of them there. The old one was just blue, and the new one's got these lovely yellow and gold colours. That was an accident. I was playing with a graphics editor. We've got a few 8x8 regions we've had on the grid, but with this month we've just introduced 12x12 regions, and there's one called Lone's Big Test Region or something like that. Go and have a look at it. It's running really well. The only thing is the terrain takes a bit of a time to appear because it's so enormous. So yeah, That's going to be something for the future. Although because we've had some customers come across with like 6x6 or 10x10s, and so because we're 4x4 regions across the grid, we really had to go to 12x12 so that everything would fit in and we wouldn't end up with odd holes in the grid. So we've had a lot of people joining us. A lot of land has been sold in the last month. How do you spell enormous? E-N-O. That looks right to me. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Bobby, how do you spell enormous? We'll ask Bobby. He'll tell us. So in local chat, he'll tell us how to. There you go. Bobby knows how it's spelled. So moving swiftly on. So we're bigger still than Second Life in land area. I announced that last month. In fact, we've got more regions than that now. We are getting about, I think in terms of OS Grid users, the stats right now are that we are getting 4,647 users so far in the last 30 days, and that's been an increase on the month on month. So we are growing in terms of users, but just want to say that that's not what this is grid is about. We're not here to compete with other grids or anything like that. We're here to grow together and discover what we can do with virtual worlds. That's what it's about. It's about each other, learning from each other, and building a really cool place to be. Okay, I've never been satisfied with the orders. We had Samcart, and we were using another one to try and process payments and orders for new region orders, and it was just not working because all of them had limitations. So we've actually got our own now. Back you go, back. So new land purchases now. When you rent the land, once you made your payment, you go through to the screen and you'll actually watch the grid build your land in front of you. So it'll actually create the region, find somewhere for it on the grid. It'll bring the region up and send you an email to say it's done while you're watching. Okay, which is pretty neat, unless it's like some weird thing. So we now take PayPal, Apple Pay, Google Pay, debit and credit cards because of the payment systems I was using before. Some did, some didn't, whatever. If you've got an existing subscription, don't do anything. You can still carry on. It'll just carry on as it is. So don't worry about having to change over. You don't have to change anything. But new customers will be using this system. It uses the Stripe payment system as a platform, and it's one of the best in the world. And so very happy to be using that. But it is completely custom now. It's completely custom to our grid, and all products now will go through this system. So if you want to buy something through this system, it'll go through there. And the only thing Stripe do is process the payment. So the actual grid itself. So one of the real problems we had was when someone went to buy some land, they would go to another website, which was fine, but then they had to set up a new account on the next website. So we had people wanting to buy land who were then trying to use their grid account, and it didn't work. Well, now you can use your grid account. So you see on that screen, that's a screenshot of it. If you go to buy land on the website, you'll see it. It just asks you like 5 or 6 questions because we already know your details. So we don't need to ask you for them again. So then we can send you to the payment page, and then you'll watch the grid build the region in front of you. So yeah, and again, bulk orders, come and see me because we can do sort of special prices if you buy 100 regions and whatever. Cool. Okay, land sales, renting land helps the grid. This is from last month. Everything's the same here. It's still £10 a month sterling, which is about $12 a month, depending on how many prims you have. And we can give you up to 1.4 million prims per region, and no one's ever used all that. If you have free land or you get land from another user in the grid, which you can do, so if you buy land, you can rent it out to other people, but then you are responsible for their support. Although we will provide support in the Discord group, you are actually responsible for their support because you're actually renting the land out or looking after them. And that's worked really well so far. And of course, peacekeepers are here to help as well. We'll talk about them later. We've been doing an amazing job. So please try and make your payments. Make sure your money's there for the payments. If it's not, don't worry. We don't take any. The grid does not take any land down automatically. We do it with talking to people. Because sometimes people have a bit of a financial struggle or whatever. Talk to us because we'd rather work with you on that and see if we can help you out because I think it's about everybody working together. Next. Okay, Wolf Territories Grid Radio, not too much news on this. Funnily enough, they've changed. So there's some servers running in the UK. One server running in the UK, and it's that's the one that feeds the radio with like its default stream, and that's gone down. So nothing to worry about because we've got another 2 servers. In fact, I'm streaming this meeting onto the Grid Radio. If you want to add the Grid Radio to your land, go and have a look on the website at www.wolf-grid.com. Occasionally, if you're having an event or anything like that, you can bounce your stream onto it. Okay, come and see me about that. It's going to all be done. So if you want to add your own stream, let us know. That will be something that we grow as time goes on. But our own radio station has done really, really well. Okay, events editor. I think we did this last month, but I'm going to go through it again. There is a video on my YouTube channel telling you how to use. In fact, the last video on my YouTube channel, I think it is a complete go through of the control panel and all the things you can do with it. So the events editor, all the events now that you put on the events editor are automatically on all the Stargates across the grid. They're also on the map on the grid website. They're also on the destination guide. So automatically, by just adding one, hi Wicked Way, automatically just by adding one event, you've distributed that information across the grid. Okay, so still placed on OpenSim Social and OpenSim World, but it's just to know that it's all there. And obviously in the Discord, I will automate that as well. Certainly for OpenSim Social and OpenSim Social and Discord, we have we're going to have it automated. So when you post the event, you can actually click a button and it'll post it on the Discord and post it on the OpenSim Social as well. Unfortunately, I don't control OpenSim World, so I can't kind of help with that. So there is an events board available in the Region Owners Pack. If you haven't got one for a while, go and get it. It's been updated and there's new toys in there to play with. So remember to upload your image, and as I said before, it's available in Stargates and on the new grid map on the web. Okay, product marketplace. So I don't know if I spoke about this last time. No, I think it's new this month. So you can now list your product. If you're selling some stuff on your land, okay, what you can do. There's a video about this on the YouTube channel on how to do it. So we've always had this belief that we want to get people to visit our regions. So what we do is we actually allow people to list their products on the marketplace and then bring people into where the region is. So if you hit the search button on the viewer, you'll get straight access to the product marketplace. If you scroll down, you have to scroll down a bit, but it's there. But basically you'll be able to search and find. So if you want to find some furniture or whatever, you can find it that way. And then it will teleport you to the exact place where that furniture is. Okay, there's no charges and commission taken on our product by the grid on our product marketplace. It's completely free. And there's an import function. So let's say you've got a shop on your region with loads of things already set up on it. You don't have to enter them. You just hit import and it will go and scan your region for anything for sale that's not called object and build the database for you. And then you just go in and edit them and make sure that they're right. And then you set them for sale and they're up and running, ready to go. So it just makes life really easy because it will scan your region and pick up the data. Be sure you add items to the marketplace that are created by you. Yeah, just to think, it's a really good point, Wicked. Don't sell things on the marketplace that obviously you don't have the right to sell. Okay, you can give things away. Obviously, if you've got them from a freebie store or whatever, and you have the rights to sell them or give them away, that's fine. But don't be selling or giving away things that are not. You don't have the rights to do that. Okay. Next page. Okay. The next page. Stargating. The new destination guide was launched this week. We have 3 or 4 different types of Stargates. You can get them from Welcome. You just res them on the land, and they're automatically linked to the grid databases and servers. So that's actually a picture of the new web map as well. Wicked, you could do textures. You just put them in a box on your region. If you download textures, as long as you've got the rights to sell them, okay, that's basically what it's down to. So if you went to Pixabay and downloaded a texture, you can give it away, but you've got to give Oh yeah, we'll talk about it later. And it's a long copyrighty thing, but you've got to give attribution to who actually owns the texture or the graphic. Okay, so back to stargating. So I don't know if you've tried stargating. Some people have been bouncing around the grid, and I know that people who've had stargates and have put their destinations on the destination guide, has experienced higher traffic because people can find their regions really easy. When you add your region or edit it, that data is automatically updated on every Stargate across the grid, because those Stargates, when you click that menu, they actually pull the data down from the server, and when they pull it down, they do it in a random order. So there's a chance that, so sometimes your region will be first, sometimes it'll be someone else's. Okay. And Wicked Way has been sneaking up on you and finding out what's on your land. Anyway, so once you've added your events to the destination guide or the events guide, they appear on the Stargates. There are 3 different types. And now there's a new grid map on the website that's got a couple of things in it we're just fixing and making better. It appears on search. So with a tiny bit of effort, you get big rewards for your region in terms of getting traffic and getting people there. Okay, next one. The new security scanner, which you might not have seen, is on the control panel, and what that does is it scans all the objects on your region and reports any objects that don't belong to you or someone that you've listed. You basically get an option to list it in the box. So one of the issues we have is that people sometimes fly a plane over some land we own. We own a lot of land. There's a lot of land on the grid. It's huge. And so we sometimes come across planes and boats and things, and using this tool, we can actually really easily find them and find things that they're not. It's not malicious. People just were flying along and they crashed, or they dropped their plane or whatever. So it's an easy way to find those things, and also check your region. So if you're a 100 region owner pack, this is a good way of scanning your regions to make sure they haven't got anything belonging to people who don't exist. Sometimes it lists people that haven't got anything on there, and we don't know why. That's a very good question. Hi, Marina. And next, okay. Custom map tiles. So there's now some different options for your map tiles. So you can upload your custom map tile to the grid. I'll put a warning on this. For some reason, it's a bit unpredictable. And when you upload your map to the grid, OpenSim is supposed to actually fix that, generate the map correctly. And the Community Hub is actually an uploaded picture. So I've taken the map and I've added Community Hub to it and some things on it and uploaded it. Next to it, thank you, Michael, for the friendship. Next to it, you'll see, so working right to left, to the Community Hub, that's an uploaded map tile. Next is Luxor. Now that is a Warp 3D map. Oh, go back. So that one is Warp 3D. Warp 3D does a lot more detailed graphic of your region, but it does take quite a long time. So when you boot your region after selecting Warp 3D, it will take a while for it to generate it. So what we normally reckon you should do is once you've generated the Warp 3D image of your map, if you want to use it, is to turn off the map generation. Okay, and you can do that in the control panel. The other thing about these is they all appear on the brand new map on the website, which is pretty sweet and cool, and you should all try it. Okay, but as I said, I've got a few more things to fix on it. But you've got the destination guide. You click on things on the destination guide, it will zoom into the map. It'll bounce you around the map. It's quite good fun. And that's at wolf-grid.com. Okay, next one. Okay, Peacekeepers, you've been doing an amazing job. I've actually had people say how great it's been to be able to see the Peacekeepers. You'll notice now when you come to the website, you'll see a list of the Peacekeepers on there. And again, if you go to search on the grid, it shows you the Peacekeepers that, in fact, if you look at search now, you've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 Peacekeepers sitting in this meeting. It's really, really
That's
working.
all of us.
No, it's not. There's actually 33 volunteer peacekeepers. Okay, so which you'd like to think it was 15. So and I'm enjoying it. I quite like it. The good thing is that if you set yourself to busy, you don't have to do it. There's no commitment. But it's really been nice meeting people and trying to give them a bit of a hand. And the cool thing is we've got the tools to be able to know using the top 5 regions where people are and everything like that. So thank you for being peacekeepers. Thank you for your work. New peacekeeper additions. We're not going to be just taking people on who join the grid today want to become a peacekeeper. They've got to be on the grid for a while, preferably owning land or having some land, so they know what they're doing, and understanding the control panel as well, so they know what's available to people. But you guys are doing a great job, really are, and it's really coming. And I get told so by random strangers. I met one of your peacekeepers today, and they didn't shoot me. Good. Wolffest. This was a reminder from last month. Please get your stands now. Keep loading it up. Sorry. Keep loading up the Wolffest region and getting ready, and we'll add more people. Add more stuff to those regions. Next one, events. So let's make 2024 a great year for events. So we've got some new things happening. We've got 3 or 4 educational groups. I'm talking universities, not like just random people. I'm talking about universities and different people going to be doing some stuff on the grid. So when we think about events, there's a temptation to think about just music, but we can have book clubs, educational events, art galleries, meetups. There can be anything on here. So a little challenge for 2024, what events can we put on? What groups can we start? And remember, the grid's here. We're all going to work together on this. So, if you've got a book club on Wednesday night at a certain time, then we could all be working together on it to make sure that you get people to that book club. And you can run lots of events at the same time. We're a huge grid. It's going to happen. But please do so with enough. Yeah. So I'd love to go to a book club, but I've got no idea how it works. So, anyway, so yeah, and also make sure you post all your stuff to the grid Discord, onto the events and onto the destination guide. Again, the events thing is not just about music; it's about anything, any kind of event you're having, book clubs, anything like that. And post it on OpenSimSocial.com and OpenSimWorld.com, which we own. Next one. Disputes. We had a bit of a discussion with, funnily enough, people who've joined us from another grid who were really worried about this whole dispute thing, but I've never had a dispute on this grid, I don't think. Wicked, you will do, but not OpenSimWorld. Apart from OpenSimWorld, we're going to be able to do it. Okay. It's only because I can't. I've got no kind of control over OpenSimWorld, and I can't post on people's regions on OpenSimWorld. I might find a way to do it. Oh look, I'm standing there now. Hang on. I should be standing there. Sorry about that. I just seem to have clicked on something and suddenly zoomed myself onto a chair. So disputes should be resolved by the people involved in the dispute. We are adults. The grid will not be involved in disputes that are nothing to do with it. Peacekeepers should not get involved in disputes. And so if you hear of a dispute or a drama, let's let the people involved get on with it. The only time we have if it gets to the point where they can't resolve their dispute, we'll put one region at one end of the land and one grid and one region at the other end of the land. Yeah, Luna, it does. I just randomly click things on the map's worst. That's why I won't open the map while I'm doing these talks, because otherwise I'll end up halfway around the grid. Okay, role play. The damage system is still being developed, and it will work all over the grid. So basically, at the moment, if you have damage on your region and you're doing role play with that, when you go to another region, the OpenSim resets the damage to 100%. So that's not what we want, because that means we want to have a role play system that works right across the grid. So if you get shot in a Wild West roleplay, and then you go to a Star Trek roleplay, it carries across the damage you got from that roleplay. That's all to come, okay? But it's about 95% developed. The back end servers are done, and all the databases are done, because it's not going to be like, yeah, it's very exciting. This is a new thing that we'd like to talk about, using the community hub. You can book the community hub. We've got two theatres here, this one and the other one, whenever you want to, for presentations and talks, educational resources, anything to help build the community, bring your skills, workshops, role play, instructions, meetings, whatever you like. Use the resources here. They're here for you as a community. That's why it's called the Community Hub. Um, and that's something I'm just opening up to people. You can put your presentations in this thing. You can read stuff on here. Anything you want to do. If you decide you want to do a presentation on, I don't know, cheese making in Bavaria, go for cheese making in Bavaria, then let's do it, and we'll help you. You know, again, you can market it on the events. We'll talk to you about it. Please remember that some of us, of course, our time zones are different, so we need to sleep. So, you know, that's another thing. I've lost it. Yep. Thank you, Bonnie. I probably have. Crystal Frost, for your update is there's no update. She's still working on it. I know that they've got a region on our grid, and they use it for their testing. So we're just waiting. There is no update. Okay, questions and comments. That took 25 minutes. Not bad. Questions and comments. Spinning round to our beautiful audience and zooming down.
Okay, Wolf, do you recognize me? Mr. D1.
Yes, I do. No,
Mr. D1.
D1. Oh, yes, there you are. Okay. Thank you, D1. What's your question, D1? Please make it not personal this time. I'm
Okay.
just joking.
Remember the money thing that we was talking about?
Um,
How people can come to your grid and money
yeah.
automatically goes to their. Did you
Yes.
figure that one out yet?
The answer is yeah. So basically, I think let me tell everybody what the question was. So the idea was that
Okay, okay.
we wanted to have a situation where you land on a region and you get given some money, but when you leave the region, that money gets taken back off you. Um, it's not possible within default OpenSim. It's just not possible. It's just not the way OpenSim works. We have Globits or normal money, but because the user has to give you permission to take the money back, it's probably not going to. If the user gave you permission to take the money back, it would work. So one way to do it would be to have PayPal, but the other way to do it, well, even then you wouldn't be able to take the money back. So another way to do it is to set up your own payment system, but that wouldn't be within the grid. So yeah, it's a bit of a security risk as well.
But I've
If you get
seen it done on
so
other regions.
yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
it's done on Moonrose and
right.
Dwell, not
Yeah.
Dwell,
Now the reason
Maw.
is they don't have
Okay.
all our payment systems on this grid are real money backed. So you can take money out, put money in, real money, real life money, outside world money. Okay, and that's where the problem has. Those other grids probably don't have that, so it's just play money in that sense.
So
So
can we do that with the play money? Can we do a play money
they've
thing?
got. If I was to build something that allows you to set up play money, yes. Um, I'll make a note of it again. There must be a way around it, but I don't really want another payment system on the grid because we've got two payment system. So the short answer is no. The long answer is we might be able to do something. I mean, there might be a way of doing it where we don't have. Yeah, Indigo, you're right. So because they're our own private grid and their money system, so all our money systems on here. So Globits, obviously, you can use on other grids. So you could go to another grid, buy something in Globits, come back here, or you could give someone Globits on another grid that runs Globits, and we've got Podex. So although Wolf Territories dollars is what you're seeing on this region, you can actually exchange that with other grids for their currency. So I,
Wolf,
yeah,
I went on somebody's grid here that's in Wolf territories,
yeah,
and they had the money system.
yeah, they'd be
I
using.
forgot the name of the person, but they had the money system, and it was on Wolf territory.
Yeah, it would be Wolf Territories dollars or Globits. If you can find out who it is, we'll have a look. But they will be running Wolf Territories dollars or Globits because there's no choice. So yes, it's a who. It's a who. Because I know, I own it. Anyway, is that okay? We'll carry on looking at it, but there may be a way around it. Okay, so I might give you the option, for instance, just to turn off Wolf Territories dollars and do your own thing. But yeah. Okay. Hi, Adrian. Good to see you. So yes, I'm still looking at it. That one. Next question. Illusions.
Hi guys. So Lon, it maybe doesn't affect everybody this, but you know this Facebook thing where we seem to be getting a message every day, maybe every 2-3
Yeah.
hours. I know you mentioned about it, somebody just who got nothing better to do than to just try and
Yeah.
scam us effectively.
Yeah.
Did
No
you
one
mention
else.
that you can block them or
So
we can
no one
block
else
them?
can see it. Illusions. It's just because you're an admin on the page. So our Facebook page gets regular messages from scammers trying to scam us out of money by saying that they're going to shut our Facebook page down. It's a
Right.
daily occurrence, and I'll deal with it. Just ignore them. Okay.
Okay, that's
Cool.
fine.
China. Go on then.
Hey everybody. Okay, so I got a question. We rezzed out Bobby at our welcome center,
Yep.
but he doesn't go back into his charger. He just hangs in the front of it. Is
Okay.
this
Yep.
something I need to do?
There is. Yeah. So when you res Bobby and put him in the charger and then reset the scripts, and that will set him. Otherwise, he doesn't. Yeah. Because the
Okay.
charger we got from Tesla, and it's we kind of hacked it to make it work with Bobby. Tesla don't know. Um, so yeah, just reset the scripts and that will fix it. So get him where you want him, reset the scripts, and then he'll always go home there.
Okay. Thank you.
The last time I get a charger from Tesla. Okay. Next question. Oh yes, Adrian. Thank you for coming from OS Grid. Guys, just going to say OS Grid are going to be offline from Wednesday to Saturday. So we want to provide as much support as we can to the OS Grid people if they want to come here for a bit. So we've got lots of space. They could set up a little boat or whatever. Okay, truly
Yeah, they can
first.
come over to Royalty.
Yeah,
Hey.
royalty, and I know Breathe Resort have said as well. So there's loads of us. So just for peacekeepers to be aware. Where were we? Who's next? Truly's
Me,
next.
me,
Truly, then
me,
Wicked.
me. Hey, I just have a quick question.
Okay.
On my login page,
Yeah.
instead of me seeing, Wolf and all the good stuff that China be telling me about, mine always says error. I log in fine,
You're
but it
going to the
says
wrong
error.
place.
So I,
Yeah. So go
I,
to
w- I,
check.
mhm.
It should be this.
Okay.
This. Okay. You're probably going to wolfterritories.org, which we used to go to, but go. Make sure you're going to that address that I've just put in nearby chat. I did fix something
Okay.
the other day where there was the same thing, but that's the one. So if you click on that right now, you should take you there. So make sure you go
Okay.
to wolf-grid.com because that is the main website. The beautiful
Okay, is there a
website.
certain number? You know how when we have to when new people come and we have to put the number in the new grid manager, is it
Yep.
still the same number?
If you
Like
go
this,
to so
the
when you
website?
go to the front page of the website, there's actually a button you can press that will set the yes. When you go to the front page of the website, there's a button there that will actually configure Firestorm for our grid. But
Get out of here. What button?
the button on the front, go to the front page, wolfgrid.com.
Okay,
It's
I'll
in.
look for it.
Trust me, I'll tell you it's here. Hang on, I'm just pulling it up for those of you on. I'm just because I'm doing a video as well, so the video people on the video can see it. So not YouTube, right? Wolfgrid.com. Yeah, it says grid address, add to viewer, and then there's a button that
So
says.
guys, let's kickstart 2024 the right way. We're going to start with a 100,000.
Sorry. Okay. So it says click here to add Wolf Territories Grid to Firestorm. Click to download. So it's actually all on the all on the front page. So where was I? So that was. Is that okay? Truly
Yeah.
cool.
Yes,
Good.
Okay.
yes.
You're done.
Thank you.
I got
Okay.
one more question, Wolf. Display names. I've been getting questions asking,
Okay. The
even though
answer
we have
is
our regular name. I know you
y-
said you was working on it in the
yeah.
future.
The answer is I've built the code's built on our end, but the NGC developers haven't developed it yet. So yes, display names. I'll make a note of it again, but I've built our end to actually do the display names and update the database, but they haven't. So
Thank you.
okay, display names. Okay, just adding to my notes. Right, who's next? Wicked, you're up. And just want to say thank you to Wicked before you ask your question, because we had a really good chat the other day, and where you suggested about having people, and we're making the peacekeepers more available. Thank you so much for that, because it was really good. It was a really good chat. So, and again, if you've got ideas, I want to hear them. Wicked, what's your question? Let's hope I can't see it.
Okay. Now, some of mine is a suggestion and also a question.
Oh,
I was reviewing the Stargate, can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay. While reviewing the Stargate and making my transition to some, not all of the locations so far, I noticed that when I click that button for the Stargate and I pick a specific selection, I can click it one time, but if I click it more than once, nothing else will show except one thing until I teleport. Then it'll give me another option. Thing is,
Hmm.
and then what I'm seeing that, if I am somebody coming into the grid, I'm
Yeah.
going to think that there's only one thing at all. I'm not going to realize
So
that if
say
I
that again.
TP.
Say that again. So when you click on the Stargate the first time,
Okay, let's see here. Pick a selection
uh-huh.
from Stargate. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you try again on the same button. Only one thing will appear.
Oh,
Until you keep. That is what I noticed.
thank you.
Why? Yeah.
It sounds like a bug.
Okay. So, but it's
I
like
don't know.
that. Now, normally, like my observation is that normally, when you click on it and you see that it has an option, normally you should be able to click it, and when you click again, all the other options for that particular genre or selection should come into place, but it's not doing that. I don't know if anybody else has experienced this with
So
their particular start. Right. It will not change until you TP to another location, then you click it again, then a different thing will appear. But if you're in the same
okay.
location,
So there is on the Stargate. Sorry, I've just raised one on top of you. So just let's just
I've
this
got
is
a thing for Stargate, so be heads up.
okay. Here it is. A beautiful Stargate. Oh, that's went the
Right.
wrong way.
Right.
Okay, so here's a Stargate. Okay, so let me show you. Just to make sure we're getting this right. So I'm going to click it first time. Okay,
Right.
click, and I'm going to choose education. Okay, now,
Hasn't written.
okay, can you see that now? Should say the White House.
My it's resolution completion.
Okay, so if I click next, that takes me to the next region, then the next region,
I
then the
never
next region.
saw next. Where
So,
are you finding a next?
okay, so on all the Stargates, there's a button, one that says next and one that says prev, which means previous.
When I click it, all I see is all the options, and then
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
just
click something.
okay.
Up it real quick.
So if you
I'm gonna
click
click
anywhere
Hangout.
else, if you click anywhere else, so yeah, if you click anywhere else, it will show you the menu. So if there's the two green buttons, you see the green buttons, previous and next.
No.
Okay, so if you're standing close to it, so there's some blue buttons, and then there's on the actual Stargate, there's a next and previous.
Okay, so let's pretend that I'm not from this grid, and I've never used a Stargate before, and I haven't been to a meeting. How am I to know that those two green buttons are next and previous?
Good question. So I'll add some instructions. Good point. Somehow I'll
Okay.
add some instructions. Okay.
Okay, wait, one more thing about the Stargate. I noticed that some of them I've clicked and I've gone to and it says a specific thing like parks, and then I go and it's not really a park. I've also noticed that there are various locations that don't really have anything on them, or they have things on them, but they're completely empty. I'm wondering
Okay.
if that when we go to add our region to it to make sure it's set up before we actually open the beacon, is there a way to pause it so that we still have the Stargate set up, and then as soon as we get everything prepared to open the beacon, that it is then
Uh,
activated so that people
yeah, we
don't
could
click
we
on
could
it.
have a thing.
Right,
Yeah. So what we could have is, yeah, that's a very good point actually. What we could have is a
right,
thing so that on the editor that it's not live until you set it live. But
right,
please do,
because
yeah, please do make sure the start your regions are in the right category. Obviously, it's a bit disappointing if someone wants to go shopping and they land up in a Dracula's castle.
right, okay, but what is I've clicked some and those that say denied access or just it not found. So I've seen some that are coming up like that. So just
Yeah,
to bring that to attention for anybody who might be doing line, if
yeah,
my personal request would be
yeah. I
to make
think
sure
I
that
think you're
you
right.
have
So I'll add a function we'll add a function so that um, you can actually build your Stargate entry and not set it live, and then you can click on it and it will go live. So if it's not
right.
live, then it doesn't. Yeah. So, but also do make sure do make sure you put them in the right category. Thank you.
Okay. I had a right now, so I'll go ahead and leave it at that for right now.
Thank you, Wicked, and
Okay,
thanks
thank you.
for everything you're doing, mate. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
Illusions has raised hands after Wicked question answers. Illusions, what's your next question?
Yeah, you briefly touched on the education side.
Yeah.
Now, who is it we would need to speak to in relation to if, say, we wanted to set up, say, for example, myself wanted to set up like real life music? Is it a specific person, or do I need to speak to you, or
No, you
who
need to
would?
speak to yourself.
Right, okay.
Get on with it. That's
So
the
yeah,
thing.
so
It's the
basically, all right.
community
So
grid. Get on it. Build your thing. Add it to the Stargate. Add it to Destination Guide. Have events. Speak to Illusions. I'll tell you what you need to speak to. Illusions. Does
oh
that make
god,
sense though?
right,
Do
okay.
you know why? Yeah, good. I hope that makes sense. I'm not being I'm not being cheeky.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so basically, yeah, you sort your own education outline. That's fine.
If you want to teach people how to do professional music, that would be amazing. But
No, I didn't mean that. I meant
oh,
actually, is a designated person who's in charge of education, as in, because
no.
obviously education is a big subject, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's a really good point. The short answer is no.
Right. Okay.
The short answer is no one's in charge of education because I know because of the people, the universities and schools that are involved are not
Mm,
connected to each other. I don't think so. They're just going to do their own thing, and um, because of the legal safety, health, self safety requirements and things like that, they're going to
mm.
have to do it like that. If somebody else on the grid has got an idea of setting up something educational, because we've not had anybody do it yet,
No.
do it. Let's do it and find out what the hiccups are and what the problems are and what tools we need and things like that. So, I mean, this is
Okay.
about as educational as it gets. Do you know what I mean? We'll just learn as we go. That's what we've done for the
Yeah.
last 3 years. We'll learn as we go.
Okay.
That's the best thing to do,
That's
isn't
fine.
it? Okay, who's got the next hand up? China has now got both hands up.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jupiter. Hi, Bonnie. Nice to meet you both. Okay, so just wanted to introduce that we have a new mall on Royalty Estates thanks to LP Kid. It's called the Royalty uh Plaza Outlet Palace, excuse me, Palace Outlet. And so what we want to do is we want to have anybody that wants to put their display of what they have on their region and then have a teleport to go to their land, and then they can see what they have there, and we'll get traffic. They'll get traffic. It's a community thing. We
Yeah,
all
yeah.
win at the end. So
So cool.
Wolf has a store there already. We
I
got
do.
GC Radio. I want Colorado and GM to please come take a look, and maybe you guys can set up something for your region. So all is welcome. So if you have any questions or you want to see them all and stuff, just I am me Black China Fogarty. Thank you.
Yay, thank you, China. And don't forget to put it in the destination guide. I don't know if it's there. Or maybe it is. I don't know. But it's just yeah, interesting to say there. Yeah, that's some grids you go to would get all funny if you did something like that. Oh well, we've got our own. That's not the way this works. We're a huge grid, and we need to give people choice and let people have places to explore. This place that LP's built is something else. It really is. The road system outside it was something else. It really is worth visiting. He's done a great job. So, and there's some really good regions on this grid. I'm not saying that nobody else has done a great job, but, let's, and Cedars is very nice as well. I was over there purchasing some beautiful furniture. It's 40, hang on, Royalty Estates 43 it's on. I'll just put that in. So cool. So don't forget to put it in the Stargates. Make sure it's under shopping. And also, I will say that if you have a region where you'd like to have a grid display on it, okay, then I'd be happy to come and do one for you. Build a grid display on a region. If you've got something where you think, oh, I'd like to have something from the grid on it, we can do that. It's absolutely no problem. Let's all share. The more places that we have, that's it. There it is. There's the hop address. The more places that we have sharing stuff, the better, really, because the more adventures people can have, and that's what this is about. It's about adventure and about finding new places. Even if you see the same content over again, it doesn't really matter. There's lots of different events. If we have the same music going on 5 different places, that's fine. Well, it won't happen, but if we've got a book club and more the merrier. If you own land here, you do what you like with it, basically. If you own land here, as long as it's legal, obviously. Oh dear. As long as it's legal, we can explore all kinds of ideas. And I can't wait to see what people will build this year. And it's been really funny, sometimes being invited to regions and going, that is incredible, So, is that on my grid, So, yeah, okay. Any other questions or comments? We're doing really well. We're 10 minutes till the hour. We normally last about an hour.
Okay. So Wolf, you're okay with us what do you call it?
Cross-breeding?
Promoting.
Oh, promoting,
Promoting or something,
cross-promoting,
right?
not cross-breeding.
I guess.
Sorry, that sounds terrible. The opposite of being all right. I want people to do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Okay.
Let's do it. Be creative, people. Be as creative as you want. If we've got in Second Life, this would be 29,000 regions. This grid. Just think about that. It'd be about 29,000 regions. So the more we create links to things, the better. And one of the big things we've done in the last couple of months is create ways for people to find stuff. So let's do it. Let's do it. Crossbreeding. Sorry, Bonnie. Sorry, madam. I do apologise terribly. Yes, it's just my cousins. They did a bit of crossbreeding and it didn't go well. I'm just joking. Yes, I'm just joking. Behave yourselves. Right, okay. Any more serious questions? Oh, D1, go ahead, D1.
No, I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna hold it until later because it's not in
Okay.
progress right just yet.
Okay, no worries, mate. No worries.
Right.
I mean,
Probably by the next meeting,
fantastic.
I'll bring it out.
Cool. But this is another thing. This is a really good forum. If you've got some ideas or you've got something on your region you want to tell people about, let's do it. Let's just all work together. This is what this is. This whole grid is about community. It's not about the dictator. dictating what you should and shouldn't do and what you can and can't do. It's about us as a grid developing, just finding out what we can do. Um, and I did I don't know if she's here. Is she here? I don't. Tay isn't here. No. Okay. So I did an interview for a podcast, and I think she asked me what the goal of the grid was, and I said to facilitate, not to dominate. So there are some grids you go to where you get dominated by the grid owners, where they tell you what. Tay, yeah, it was a great, really good interview. It was really good. Do listen to her podcast, because I've got autism like Tay's son, and just do listen to her podcast. It's really interesting. So at the end of that, she asked me this question, and I said, don't dominate, facilitate. And that's what we can do for each other, is to facilitate whatever dreams we have of whatever we do on this grid. Make it happen. As George says, make it happen. In fact, I said that. George has got me saying, make it happen. We're going to make this happen and make the dream a reality. Yeah, we've got, we've got the tech, folks. We can do it. So anything you dream of, however weird or strange, we'll find a way. If we need to do it, we'll find a way of doing it. Yes, thank you, Bonnie. I dream of crossbreeding. Yes, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, thank you. I think I've started something now. Just those spiders. I hate spiders. Yeah, dear. Good. Okay. Any more serious questions? Okay. This is hybrids is crossbreeding. Don't forget to watch my YouTube channel. There's some good videos on there. There's a new one just come out about the control panel, because there's lots of changes to the control panel with new features which you can use to change your region or whatever. That's worth doing. Thank you, Indigo. Yeah, that's the podcast. That's the one. That's the podcast with me on, who you all may know, i.e. me. The other thing is, if you need grid resources, like you need copies of the logo and anything like that as well, please say this is a community grid. You can use the stuff. It's not a problem. Wherever you want on your regions or your websites. If you've got a website for your area, feel free to stick your logo on it and do a link to the grid as well. Whew. And we will be doing welfare checks as well. DJ Lucha and Luna, I suppose, might do it. Luna's busy. Luna's actually busy on a project, aren't you, Luna, with Indigo? Aha. Good. Yeah, we've got a really good project going on that's been going on for a long time. I do appreciate Luna and Indigo's work on that, on the shopping. But we've got the furniture vault. If I see that furniture vault loaded onto a region again. So Indigo and Luna have been working on, we've taken the furniture vault stuff and we've put them in a really nice shopping area. So that's near, I don't know how far it is, but it's going to be really good. But it's been a huge amount of work, and we've got to recognise that. It's really brilliant, and so thank you very much for doing that. Once it's done, and nobody will ever load the furniture vault or again. I'm going to put a thing in the script so that when you go to load the furniture, and Wicked as well, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and so when you go to upload the furniture vault, or it'll go stop this, or is it don't waste your region uploading this. Oh dear. Right, good. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited for 2024. I think we've got something fantastic here. So let's do it. Let's make it happen, as George says. And if you know anyone who wants to be a peacekeeper, they're very welcome to, as long as they've got land on the grid and they are they've been here a while and they know how it all works. Good. Don't be silly. Indigo, go on then. Indigo Queen.
Hi, I'm Indigo.
Hi. I love the way you said that.
I just wanted to make sure I understood what you were saying before with regards to education, because I have a lot of education coming up on my
Cool.
land.
Excellent.
We can use the community hub, you said, as long as we talk to you. Is that what you're saying as well? We can
Yeah,
host
and that's
our
only, yeah,
educational
very welcome to
programs here.
for anything, but just to make sure we don't double book it, because
Right.
and if it becomes a problem, we'll just build another region with more stuff on it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good to
No,
know. Thank you.
no charges or anything. Just come and say you need it. Say when you need it. And also,
Okay.
you can put stuff on the events thing, if you want to, because of course, for some educational things, we need to lock the region down because obviously it's
Right.
kids, and we've got
Hmm.
to worry about their safety and make sure that only people who are authorised can deal with them or whatever. So that's really important.
Okay,
But
thank
we'll
you.
do that. Good. Any more questions? You've got 5 minutes.
Me, 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 me. You know what's gonna happen.
Me. Who's me?
Me, Wicked. Okay, so like
It's wicked.
Oh, it's wicked.
what
Okay,
did
go
you
on.
say? Remember how we were talking about earlier the Bobby bot not going into its charger on the ones that we have?
Yeah.
Where will we find that fix for that?
Okay, so
I
edit Bobby. So get him where you want him. Edit Bobby, and then go to build on the menu, then scripts, and then reset scripts. Okay,
scripts and then what was the last?
reset scripts. It is actually, this is going to be on the video, so this is all being recorded.
Okay. And one other thing, fishing. Do you have a system for fishing? Like an actual working fishing thing?
There's one in the Saudi farm. There's a fishing set
Yeah,
up
but
in the
don't they
Saudi
have to
farm.
be a farmer or do the
No.
thing to do it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do like
Yeah,
You
this
don't have
entire
to.
thing.
I
Don't
don't
have
have a
to.
fishing thing. I'll make a note of it, and I'll see if I can find. I'll have an ask around, see if anyone's got one. Because actually, that's quite a cool thing to have in the region owners pack.
Yeah.
Like a fishing set.
Otherwise, it's $25 here.
There's one for
And
$25.
if we had a fishing system, and if we could, like, if they had an option to tweak one, fishing one, fish for, I don't know, gifts or something special,
Yeah.
rare.
Right.
Wolf.
And they do have a fishing
Yeah,
thing, but it
Wolf.
doesn't work. You just sit there and we were clicking it and we wasn't getting no fish. But they have
Yeah.
trophies like first,
Oh,
gold, bronze, and silver. And you could, set it up, but for some reason it
Yeah,
doesn't work.
didn't work. Huh?
it just says
Mm-mm.
and it go, but it
I
never
have the
gives you
whole kit,
anything.
Wolf.
So okay,
LP, have you
thank
got the
you.
kit? Was that
Yeah,
LP?
I have it's on every glasswing boat that we have.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Cool.
we have the fishing in the back.
Cool. If you could give me a
I
copy of it.
just shared it, but you don't want to listen. You just want to talk,
I know.
Wicked. So
Oh,
I just shared it
sorry.
again, and
Okay.
I guess I'm
Play
quiet
nice,
in the
play
background.
nice.
I'm playing nice. Wicked is trying to be mean.
No fighting.
We
Okay,
all
so
peacekeepers here, so.
George has got one. Okay, so if yes, good.
I do want to just say one thing that
Okay.
I found with Bobby. If you res him, when you res him out of the box, wherever you res him, if you don't want to keep resetting the script, wherever you res him, that's where he goes right back to.
That's right. Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
you res him, just make sure you're resing him where you want him to go. And then all you have to do is move the Tesla
So where he is.
charger to where he
Well
is,
spotted.
and he'll
Yep.
go right back to that base.
Or do the other
That's
thing
the
is to
easiest
move
thing I
Bobby.
know.
Yeah. Or the other thing is move Bobby to where the Tesla thing is, and just reset the scripts on
Yep.
Bobby, and that'll fix him.
Yeah.
And then he knows where to go. When you res him, that's where he will reset the
That's
scripts.
where he
That's where
goes.
he learns. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Wolf,
Yes.
Wolf, how long is a while? Because in SL, you're a newbie until you get a year in.
Oh, what to become a peacekeeper?
Yeah.
Um, okay, here's the thing. We're not doing it like that, okay? The way we're doing it is we don't want to get someone who's just joined the grid who knows nothing about OpenSim or anything
Okay.
else to be a peacekeeper. If you've got someone you say, hey, this person really knows what they're talking about, they've already, and a lot of times peacekeepers, what I love about them is they're peacekeepers before they're peacekeepers. So all they do is get a badge to say what they're already doing. So if you know someone, or you've got someone who wants to be a peacekeeper, who's already talking to people, who's already helping people, whatever, then that's cool. It's just what we're saying is we don't want someone who's been for one day. I joined the grid yesterday, and now I want to be a peacekeeper, and tomorrow I'm going to run the grid. It's not happening.
Well, LP is Captain Keeper for us.
Captain Peacekeeper. Captain Peacekeeper.
Captain
Yep.
Peacekeeper.
So again, if you want to be a peacekeeper, come and talk to me. This is George, by the way, who has the fishing kit. And Breathe Resort, which you should all visit.
One.
Breathe Resort is cool. Okay, it's an hour. Have we got any final questions or comments? Oh, Illusions wants to go for the last question.
Obviously we've topped Servo as far as being number one for the was it land with
area? Yeah, land area. Yeah.
So my question really is to everyone, as everyone's here as a community. What are your thoughts about having a special celebration to mark that as a community that we're doing so well? Would you be happy for us to put something on like that, or would you want something different, or what's your thoughts? That's my thoughts to everyone, by the way.
Yeah, will there be cake is a very good question. I think for me, I'll tell you where I'm at with it, is actually, I don't want people to think that this grid is all about how much land we've got or how many people are here, because that's not what it's about. It's a nice observation that statistically we've got more land than even Second Life. That's a nice observation. And it'll be a nice observation as well when we're actually above, we are the top also for the last 30 days visitors as well. Yeah, I don't know. So for me, I was like, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Do you know what? I mean, we could have a celebration that we're just having great fun and being a grid. I don't know. LP. Everyone's looking at LP.
I just want a set of stairs I can walk up, and then I'm good.
Stairs. I'm sure I've got some stairs.
Some mesh stairs that I can just walk straight up and not freeze and not stop.
See me after class.
All you need is a ramp.
I'm being silly. But yeah, that's
See me
it.
after
This
class.
is great what you're doing, Wolf.
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah.
All right, Wolf.
So, yeah, there is a way. If you make the mesh stairs, if you make the mesh stairs see-through, not see-through, not physical. What is it? Phantom. If you make them phantom and then res a prim, then you won't ever have any problems. You just go straight up the prim.
You have to make the prim into a ramp.
Definitely don't make them physical.
Yeah, that's been my workaround.
Physical, very funny. If you want some fun, find a really complicated build, right? Edit it, unlink it, and then make it physical, and just let it go, and it kind of collapses. It's hilarious. Anyway, I'll stop that. I'm going to break everything. Anyway, good. Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Really great meeting. Thanks very much. If you've got any more questions or comments, I'm always around, normally, unless when I'm asleep. Just enjoy the grid, I think. If there's any more. Wicked, just switch it over to Bullet Sim. I don't know about you, Bode. No problems. Yeah, just switch it over to Bullet Sim, because you can do that in the control panel. Oh, yeah, okay. Right. Cool, thank you, everybody. See you next month, if I don't see you before, which I probably will. High five, LP. you, of course. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Oh,
Okay, don't forget, if you
Michael,
need to go to the website,
Yeah,
it's
great meeting. Well, as always.
www.wolfgrid.com. Right, I'm ending the recording
Right.
now.